Hey guys, Mopower here again. Gonna be doing Insane Alchemy Lab again for you guys. It's a great place to farm for weapons. They're class specific, and this is a very easy setup. You can do this with a monk and apprentice, probably around level 50 or so. All you gotta do, get your mana. These choke points, you want, excuse me, an ensnare, and an electric. Just like so. Same thing on the back. Now you do have the units. If your auras aren't quite this big, you can drop them to either side to cover the stairs if they don't reach over. Alright, let me switch to another character. And it doesn't really matter what character you go to. Someone that can do some DPS. Switch his staff real quick to something that does some sort of damage, because there will be some lightning beam mobs. Alright, so plenty of time. Go ahead and start this. Now for this level here, this is a boss level, that's why it drops a unique item afterwards. And depending on what character you're on when you defeat the boss, it determines what item you get. A lot of people here will farm this for the Squire weapon. I think it's the Maleficar's Rapier. And it's a pretty good DPS weapon. Not as much anymore with the nerf to poison damage, but it's still, I should say nerf to elemental damage, but it's still a very good setup. Pretty much all you're going to want to do here is 2 fireball towers in the front. This can be done with 1 if your stats are decent, but I'm going to do it with 2 just to show you how to set it up. The reason I'm setting them here is because they're a little bit on the edge. If you set them right out here on this edge, you'll get archers standing right about here trying to blink arrows at them. So set them back a little bit and you'll be alright. Alright, so 2 fireball towers like so. Then you can put a fireball tower on either side of the back. Just like that. Now something to keep in mind, if your aura doesn't go all the way over, because it's such a short time they're actually in the aura, go ahead and throw a wall here. It's not needed, I've done it without, but my auras are fairly large, and it's a very cheap scenario just in case. So that's pretty much it. You will not have to do anything here till the boss comes, and when the boss does come, these little pillars here will become alive. You attack them. Once all 4 of them are out, they will shock the boss. But if you have a decent DPS character, you can just take out the boss. With this setup, nothing's going to get through, so you have all the time in the world to take the boss out. It's not too bad. Now with the extra resources you have, you can drop more in here. The change to the monk aura is used up a fair amount of extra resources that I had available. I think I was doing it with about 37 out of 85 before the changes to the unit cost on the monk auras, but it's still very doable. Even if you had to do 2 here, you'd still have enough. You could get rid of the walls, because you definitely would have them in the aura for a longer period, and then you would be able to add more. Now if you are going to add towers in the middle here to help DPS the boss, don't put them right here in the front. He will drop down and smack those fairly quickly, pretty much one-shotting any towers you have. So what you'll want to do is put them off to the side, right about here, and there. You could also put some right here. Also of note, if you guys are wanting to do this on survival, or pure strategy, very nice spot I found for a lightning tower is right here. Don't set it on the edge, but if you put it like right about where the circle or the diamond is here on the rug, it'll shoot down and fry pretty much anything coming up the sides. So that's pretty fun. There's multiple ways of setting up the rest of it. I don't prefer the auras for the later waves of survival just because they go down so quickly. Well, at least in survival you can compare them and upgrade them. But during pure strat, they pretty much drop after about wave 10. So, gotta watch for that. But, yeah, this is a very easy, insane map to solo. You could even do it with a friend and this would still be very viable. You shouldn't have to do anything to the boss. From what I've read, my understanding, each person you add to the mix adds about 33% to player, or to the monster's health and damage. Or at least the health and damage. But anywho, looks like we're getting close to wave 6. For my other videos, I have a Glitterhelm on hard, which is my preferred method for power leveling and farming. That's a very good setup that is proven to be able to AFK, and I have one of those up, but just like I'm doing now, I will re-record it for 720. I changed it up just slightly on one of the crystals for the flyers, but other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. So feel free to check that video out, and the new one, the new 720 version, will be up shortly. Let's see, I also have Unlikely Allies on the same, another good map for farming a monk weapon. It's actually an aura spec monk. Very good, it's the ogre's childhood toy. A lot of people like getting those for the monks. Very easy to get, one of the easiest insane challenges on the whole list. Let's see, the other one I have is Insane Ramparts. Very easy. Ramparts was the preferred method to farm before Glitterhelm. But also all the maps you can do with the exception of Glitterhelm, you can do with probably a level 50 character, as long as a pure tower spec and some sort of gear. My Glitterhelm map, I did it all in level 1 gear, nothing was upgraded, and I switched out my pets and weapons, so my stats were lower, and it still works just fine. So, you do not have to have anywhere near the stats that I have. Most of my characters have at least 200 and 1 or 2 stats, or some of them have 200 or 250, but that is not needed. So feel free to check out my other videos if you guys have any requests, maps, or tutorials for anything, let me know. My goal, hopefully, I'll try to get to some more of it this weekend, would be to get all the maps, or at least the challenges, done. The maps are pretty straightforward, and most people tend to play those with friends, so that's challenging there. But for soloing, a lot of people do the challenges solo, so I'll try to get some videos up. It just takes quite a while for the encoding and uploading the higher quality. I was going to go 1080, but I figured for a cartoony game like this, really what's the point of the 720 is just fine. So you can see everything. And there's still a lot of people that aren't running big monitors, so I'm running a 32-inch and a 42-inch, but 720 still looks fine, being the graphics that are used in this game aren't that high-tech. So, anywho, looks like we're almost to wave 7 here, and I'll be switching to my other characters just so I can get it done quicker. But this boss is very easy, and as long as you have some character that has some sort of DPS, you shouldn't have to worry about it. So, here we go. this is recorded in 7.10e. And again, like I said before, the increased DU cost for the monk auras, that is going to be a little bit difficult for some people redoing their strategy, but luckily for me, most of my strategies use a lot less DU cost than the typical setups. My preferred method is monk auras and fireball towers. It's just, you don't really have much to repair, and it seems to cover anything. Any insane spawn, for the most part, can be taken care of with dual monk auras and 1 or 2 fireball towers. So, it's not quite as cheap as it used to be because of the increased cost, but it's not bad either. Compared to a lot of setups for people who have spike walls and spinners and all sorts of stuff like that, I've gotten away from using squares because they cost so much per item and the cost. So this seems a lot better without having to worry about ogre walls and whatnot. Now, if you are going to be fighting ogres in a certain spot, another option is dropping a strength drain aura and a wall in the middle of it, and pretty much that'll take care of the ogre itself. If you are doing insane ogres, you are going to need some heavy walls. Strength drain and a spike wall works pretty well with a couple towers behind it. So, but they've also increased the health on the insane ogres quite a bit. So watch out for that. So as you can see here, the tower pretty much takes out everybody. The aura has only got 21 kills, so it hasn't killed as many, but these towers here, they've been doing most of the work. Auras there just in case. You could probably get away with this, drop the aura and put like a magic missile that way, and then that would still be good. But it's there just as a precaution. And as you can see, the snare is down to about 7%. The longer the mobs stay in the aura, the quicker it goes down. The snares tend to go down quick. As well as the electrics, or excuse me, strongholds. Alright, so here comes the boss. Like I said, the typical strategy is to take out these lightning towers after he lands and make some get shocked. But, like I said, if you don't have an APS character, do that. So just run around with some tower placements and you'll take them out. I would recommend switching to someone that has, at least 40 to 50,000 DPS on a training gimmick. And that'll probably be enough with the towers. So what that'll do is that'll allow you to take out the lightning towers a lot quicker. And it's funny that my pet starts shooting at him before the video even ends. Anywho, I'm going to drop this guy real quick. I'll drop Blood Rage. Run up there and make a friend. And the boss is down. There we go, Malthakar's Rapier. And that's what we were shooting for. Again, it depends on the class. So, this one isn't bad if, actually it is. It's a lot lower than the typical one. I believe the max poison damage was up close to 300. Max base damage, what I think was about 120-ish, 100 at least. So this one's pretty craptastic. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Happy farming.